That last cut you just heard was KROQ's #2 hit single by a band called Dry Spell. Check them out on Spotify, Apple Music, or here on YouTube, wherever you listen to music. That band is absolutely insane, and their drummer is an absolute beast. Last time on the channel, we witnessed the grand finals of BCS Pasadena. That's top tier, high level gameplay. But don't get it twisted, lads. You don't have to be at the grand finals of a major event to experience thrilling Weiss Schwarz gameplay. Sometimes the best matches are at your weekly local tournaments or just random pickup games at your local shop. Today we have two larger-than-life YouTube personalities facing off at a Weiss Schwarz street match. I feel like Keemstar reporting on YouTube drama, except obviously it's all love, right? It's so cool seeing two big YouTubers in the niche community face off against each other. This would be like if Review Bra faced off against Joey's World Tour food reviews. The vibes would be immaculate, lad.
Banana mayo.
Battler to the left is HandtrapTCG reppin' UmaMusume. That's right, lads, this is street rules, meaning Japanese exclusive sets are allowed. HandtrapTCG is a Weiss Schwarz YouTuber focusing on event vlogs, market watch, gameplay videos, and even some Yu-Gi-Oh content, because yes, he is an accomplished Yu-Gi-Oh player. Handtrap is even known to host some of his own Weiss Schwarz tournaments, giving out epic prizes.
You want an air fryer!
He's rubbed shoulders with some of the biggest giga chads in the Weiss Schwarz scene. We're talking lads like Big Money Jang, She's a Cats from Tressa's Collectibles, the legendary Haji Daddy, and of course, Lunchbox5930. Battler to the right is Lunchbox5930, aka Casually Weiss Schwarz, reppin' Azure lane. Lunchbox always keeps his subscribers up to date with his This Week in Weiss Schwarz YouTube videos, always covering the latest news in the English side and Japanese side of Weiss Schwarz. He also does event coverage, vlogs, gameplay videos, one of which I have stolen for this reaction video. Shout out to Casually Weiss Schwarz for presumably being okay with me taking his video and reacting to it. So don't tell him. Don't be a Tekashi69 and snitch on me, guys. When he's not playing the greatest card game ever made, he's also known to be a drummer in several California-based indie punk bands. He's also co-founder of indie California punk label Stay Tough Records. Judas Priest, this lad is unstoppable. What doesn't this guy do? UmaMusume versus Azure Lane. That's right, lads. Horses versus boats. Personally, my money's on the boats because I've seen the movie The Ring, and the part where the horse is on the boat, it doesn't end well for the horse. But before we get into the match, lads, let's quickly check out the bread and butter climax combos of each deck. Let's start with the horses, UmaMusume. The level 1 combo is Majiro McQueen as the ace. On attack, you can look at up to 3 cards from the top of the deck and add a character to your hand. Put the rest in the waiting room. If there happens to be a marker underneath this card, you can also salvage a level 2 or higher character from the waiting room. I'll quickly mention many characters in this set have the special inheritance ability, allowing them to run up behind a character that is summoned and treat itself as a marker. This will be important as both combos get additional abilities if they have markers underneath. The big boy level 3 combo is Rice Shower, Happiness is Just Around the Corner. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, you can deal 1 damage to your opponent. If there's a marker underneath this card, and you have at least 2 other characters on stage, you can pay cost and deal an additional 3 damage. Just an absolute stampede, trampling damage on top of damage as fast as possible.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
Now let's head over to the shipyard to see what combos the Azure Lane player has.
This is a cigarette combo.
Wait, what? Cigarette combo? What the fuck is that? That doesn't sound straight edge to me, lad.
Smoking is easy, I've done it hundreds of times.
Okay, I know these are like community Weiss Schwarz terms that pro Weiss Schwarz players know. Now I know what all of this means. I didn't have to Google it at all or anything, okay? Because I'm just a good player and I know stuff. For you mortals that may not know, I'm gonna break it down for you. Bremerton sets sail with the level 1 combo. On attack, you can mill 2 cards and salvage a character from the waiting room whose level is equal to or less than the total level of cards milled by this effect. Also, if the total level of cards milled by this effect is 2 or more, Bremerton gets an additional soul. More firepower is always welcome. As for why this is called a cigarette combo, well, that's easy. It's I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Lastly, Aircraft Carrier Enterprise drops anchor as the big level 3 combo for Azure Lane. On attack, this card can trigger twice. For each yellow or blue character triggered, you can fire 3 damage to your opponent. Important to note, This ability requires the cards in your level area to have a total level of 6 or more. So Lunchbox will have to level higher level characters throughout the game to set up for this combo. Will Lunchbox's battleships be sunk, or will Handtrap's horses be sent to the glue factory? Lunchbox versus Handtrap, fuck it up, lads. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. HandtrapTCG repping UmaMusume to the left. Lunchbox rocking Azure lane to the right. Looks like Handtrap starts the show. Hot mulligan phase. Both players ditch 3 characters, no climaxes. So let's have a good clean fight, lads. But of course this is street rules, so anything goes. Summons the Teo, allows him to mill 2, and he gets plus 1,000 power for each character he mills. Not that he really needs it right now, because he's going to swing in for a direct attack. Swinging for 3, triggers a gate trigger, and the damage gets cancelled. That was a lot of things at once. That happened. My graphics can't keep up, lads. Oh my gosh. It's on Lunchbox. Lunchbox summoning 2 Kavalas to the stage. Those look like they should be backstage characters, but I guess Lunchbox just didn't. he didn't draw the right cards. 2 to the face. First blood goes to Lunchbox. Both of those characters were Lightning McQueens. There's level 1 combo. You don't want to see those in the clock, but it's all good. Another level 1 combo to the clock. Man, Handtrap not having the best luck right now. Clock phase. It's on Handtrap. He clocks himself to level 1. All those go into the waiting room. That's nice. Okay, cool. He'll be allowed to salvage those as he needs. Handtrap summons a Sakura Brainstormer. Immediately brainstorms. Hits 1, allowing him to salvage 1 of his level 1 climaxes that got ditched to the waiting room. That's nice. Good play. Good play. Handtrap summoning a Majiro Bright. Let's take a closer look at this card because it has a pretty interesting effect that a lot of cards are going to have in this set. So as we saw, a lot of the climax combos require that your characters have markers underneath. So when a character is summoned, cards with the inheritance ability can run up behind their buddy and be placed as markers along with any other cards they have underneath, up to 1. It's a pretty thematic thing having all the cards running around the stage like that. That's really kind of funny to me. Gameplay wise, it's just another thing that players have to manage and be aware of as they're running a deck like this. You know, they have to be sure they summon the characters in the right order so that when a character is summoned, they have another character with inheritance somewhere on the stage that can run up and help out the newly summoned character so that it can get the additional abilities from its effects. On play, that Majiro Bright allows him to ditch 2, draw 2, cycling through his cards. Love to see it. Summons a Lightning McQueen and inheritance. Majiro Bright runs up behind her. Another Teo. Flying on the mill 2, gets some extra power. Not that he needs it, he can easily trample over that tiny little opposing submarine. Teo swinging, running it for 3. 3 lands. Other Teo stomping over that submarine. 2 damage, but it's cancelled. Handtrap pops off CX combo with McQueen, adding 1 Majiro Bright to his hand, and salvaging a level 2 Bourbon. 2 damage of McQueen, and it sticks. Both of Lunchbox submarines get sunk. Handtrap over here suffering from success, having to ditch down to hand size. For those in the chat that don't know, the max hand size limit in Weiss Schwarz is 7. It's on Lunchbox. He clocks up to level 1. He levels a blue level 3 character. Very important here. Main phase, it's on Lunchbox. Summons a level 1 combo, Bremerton. Summons a level 0 Laffy. And another level 1 combo, Bremerton. Climax phase, activates a Climax card, but not the correct one for the level 1 Climax combo. Attacking with the Laffy, 1 soul trigger, 3 damage, and it lands with swings like that. Who needs a Climax combo? Another 3 damage to the face, it also lands. Who needs the Climax combo? Damage wins games, not combos. 2 damage to the face. Okay, that one will cancel. That would have been pretty nutty if they all hit. But hey, Lunchbox clears Handtrap's entire board. All 3 characters sent to the glue factory. Just straight triple homie. So let's see how Handtrap responds. Summons another Brainstormer. Immediately runs it behind level 1 McQueen. Summons a level 0 Grass Wonder. Allowing him to pay cost and salvage a character. Very nice, very nice. Summons the Aston McCann Flare. I love this. I have no idea what the context is here, But all I see is just that meme where it's like, don't talk to me or my son ever again. I assume that's like a plushie of herself or something there. Summons a McQueen level 1 combo. Inherents. Both level 1 McQueens have their markers. The bases are loaded. The horses are off to the races. CX combo, allowing him to get his Manhattan Cafe. These names, man. And getting his big boy level 3 Climax combo to his hand. Swings for 2, damage is cancelled. Another Climax combo for Hand Trap. Adds Satono Diamond to his hand with the effect. And Hand Trap, living up to his name, adding a Hand Trap to his hand. A character with a backup ability. Has a pretty standard backup effect, plus 2500 power. But let's take a look at its other effect. When you use this card's backup, you may pay the cost. If you did, choose one of your opponent's characters whose level is higher than your opponent's level. Send it to the bottom of the deck. The pro players call this type of effect an anti-change card. Well, these anti-change cards are designed to counter those early play characters. But keep in mind, Lunchbox knows that Hand Trap added this to his hand because he added it through a salvage effect. So Hand Trap here is really doing some kind of 4D chess mind games going on. He's telegraphing to Lunchbox saying, hey, I have this weapon in my hand. What are you gonna do about it? And it's kind of psyching him out. And this is just a friendly street match, but when the stakes are high at a big tournament, a power move like this can really put the pressure on your opponent. McQueen swings for 2, damage sticks. Swinging with Flare, don't talk to me or my son ever again. 2 damage, and it sticks. Hand Trap has to refresh. Lunchbox just taps the deck like, yep, it's all good. Oh, it's a Climax card that refreshes. That's crazy. Lunchbox knew there was a Climax on top. That's why he didn't shuffle it. He's like, he played yourself, Hand Trap. That Laffy has an on-death effect that allows him to top search the top 4 cards of his deck, add a character to his hand. Draw phase. Clock. It's on Lunchbox. Let's see how it responds. Lunchbox summons an Astoria. Let's take a closer look at this Astoria because it has a pretty nifty effect that a lot of decks have. Auto, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, choose one of your other characters, rest it, and move it to an O position of your backstage. The pro players call this type of effect a clean cut.
Let the knife do the work.
It allows you to send a character from your center stage to the backstage, protecting it from being reversed during your opponent's attack phase. And even better, if the target character is reversed, a clean cut effect can change it back to resting and save it from being sent to the waiting room even if it was reversed that turn. As for why this is called a clean cut, I have no idea. Lunchbox summons a Heavy Cruiser Cheshire and a Bremerton. Going to the attack phase, no Climax. Still no Climax combos from Lunchbox. Swings with Bremerton, but Hand Trap is thinking. He's thinking, does he want to activate his Hand Trap now or does he want to save it? He decides to commit and uses his Pops Joker Just Jordan, destroying Lunchbox's Bremerton. Now I could have missed something. I probably did, but I've looked over the board. But according to my calculations, I think both of these cards should be at power 6,500. Bremerton's at a base of 4,500, but it gets plus 2,000 power on the turn it is summoned per its own effect, and it was summoned this turn. The Lightning McQueen is at 4,000 base, but gets an extra 2,500 for the backup effect. And I've looked at all the other cards on Hand Trap's board, nothing else gives it power, at least I don't think so. Meaning that both of these cards should have gotten reversed, but it doesn't matter, right? Because the #1 rule when it comes to street rules is that if you make a mistake and nobody catches it, the mistake didn't happen. This ain't a sanctioned tournament. This is street rules, bro. You gotta pay attention to the board yourself. Ain't no judge to save you. Swings with the Astoria. Triggers a gate. Two damage to the face, and it's canceled. Great play from Lunchbox. Uses the clean cut effect of his Astoria to tow his sunken Bremerton to the backstage and stop it from being reversed, thereby conserving his resources, allowing him to use that card again during his next turn. Cheshire has the ability to pay 1 stock and allows him to trigger twice. Pros call this a twin drive, which I believe is a Vanguard term. Hand Trap summons a level 1 McQueen with 500 power. Level 1 character with 500 power. That's so funny to me. Has a pretty cheeky effect as well, allows him to top check 6 cards, send them to the waiting room, and if there's a copy of itself among those cards, he can Pot of Greed, draw 2. Unfortunately, he didn't get the check this time. Summons his own clean cut character, going to the battle phase, swings to the McQueen, triggers a gate, 3 damage to the face, and he gets trampled. Lunchbox levels up to level 2, and he levels a level 3 yellow character, bringing the total number of levels in his level area to 6. He swings with his McQueen. No Climax combo that time, but it's alright. 2 to the face. It lands. Swings with the clean cut. 1 damage to the face. It's canceled. I love the way Lunchbox shows it off like an ID. He doesn't even slap it on the mat. He's just like, yep, here it is. It got canceled. What you gonna do about it? Handtrap uses his own clean cut effect to save his level 1 McQueen, send it running back to the stable, and saving it from being reversed on Lunchbox's next attack phase. Sails his Bremerton back to shore. Summon the Cheshire Heavy Cruiser. Lunchbox summoned a Light Cruiser Bell South, or a Belfast. I'm thinking of the phone company Bell South. Now the experience effect is crazy. During your turn, if the total level of cards in your level is 6 or higher, this card gets plus 3500 power and the following ability. Auto. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put that character on top of your opponent's deck. But this is a great way of removing an opponent's card from the field, and because it's being sent to the top of the deck and not to the waiting room, your opponent can't really encore it either. Because you're adding a non-climax card on top of your opponent's deck, it's going to make it so when you swing for an attack, this card's damage is just going to be that much less likely to cancel. On summon, Lunchbox pays the cost, hits the perk 30, heals 1, nice. Rearranges his ships, we're sailing boys, we're sailing the high seas. Gotta make sure those ships are in the right formation to attack these horses. Yes, that's what's going on right now. Bro has a whole ass armada against these horses. 3 damage to the face, it does not land. But he activates the Belfast effect to send that level 1 McQueen to the top of Handtrap's deck. Lunchbox swings with Bremerton, and we finally get a Climax combo on Lunchbox's side. He top checks 2 cards, allows his Bremerton to get 1 soul, and adds a level 3 aircraft character Enterprise Climax combo to his hand. Swings for 3 damage. The damage is canceled, but that's all good. We got our Climax combo. That's all we wanted. Now, Cheshire has this cheeky effect as well. Allows him to pay 1 stock and trigger twice. Lunchbox triggers a gate trigger, which also has a soul trigger. Nice. And a +1 soul trigger. Swings for 5 damage to the face. Lunchbox is like, I got 5 on it. No way this lands. Gotta cancel it, bro. Bro, no way this... 5 damage to the face. 5 damage to the face. Handtrap got 5 on it. Brother, let's go have fun a sec. Draw phase, it's on Handtrap. Let's see how it responds. That was a big damage. Levels up to level 3 from that. I would just cry. That was a crazy amount of damage. That wasn't even fair. Handtrap decks out. He has to refresh. Hopefully he doesn't get a Climax off of this. Handtrap brainstorms. Hit 1 off the brainstorm. You can salvage 1. Summons a Majiro Bright. Ditch 2, draw 2. His level 1 McQueen goes running up to the center stage. Summons a level 2 Bourbon. Inherits that Majiro Bright. Brainstorms with another Brainstormer, Sakura. Summons a level 3 Big Boy CX combo, Rice Shower. And on summon's gonna inherit both of those characters. We got 3 horses running in 1 lane. That Big Boy Rice Shower got her whole entire entourage with her. All the markers it needs for its effect. I think it only needs 1 actually, but I think it's funny that you do that. So we level 1 McQueen first. It lands. Lunchbox is at level 3. Both players at level 3, it's anyone's game. Handtrap's thinking about it. Does he want to swing with his big boy right now? Does he want to swing now or swing later? He's thinking. He's going for it now. Rice Shower tramples over the Bell South. The damage lands. The combo pops off. 1 damage. And then pays the cost to do an extra 3 damage. If this lands, he wins. Oh, it's no good. It's no good. It's immediately canceled. Lunchbox got 4 cards on the clock. He only needs 3 damage to die. Can Hand Trap do it? Swings of his level 1 combo, +1 soul trigger, 3 damage. It's enough. Let's see. Let's see if it cancels. Oh, it gets canceled. Hand Trap can't do it. All of his horses are spent. They're all tired. They're resting at the stable eating carrots. There's no more moves Hand Trap can do to get more damage. Hand Trap has 0 cards on the clock. Lunchbox has 4, 3 away from dying. Lunchbox got his work cut out for him. He has to do 7 damage or else he's dead for sure next turn. Lunchbox's ship gets sent straight to the scrap yard. And what's going on? What's going on? Lunchbox just used a pay 3 on... No fucking way. No way, no way my boy Lunchbox just used the pay 3 encore, lads. My boy Lunchbox just used the pay 3 encore. I have been told so many times by the pros to never use the pay 3 encore, but my boy Lunchbox just casually uses the pay 3 encore like it's no big deal. And he has a lot of stock, so it makes sense. I mean, it's street rules. This is a street game. Anything goes. Most people say never to use it because it's just not a good thing to use. It's not a very good use of resources. But my boy Lunchbox says, fuck that. We pay 3 encore out here, lads. Anyway, after encoring his character in the goofiest way possible, it's on Lunchbox, guys. Lunchbox clocks in the last turn. Of course he would. Why not? He's not surviving another turn anyway. Might as well just go balls to the wall. Summons a level 3 Laffy 2. Hitting the perk 30, healing 1, nice, per the effect of Laffy 2. Summons a level 3 Enterprise aircraft carrier, hits the Fenny, heals again, rearranges his ships. We sailing, boys. We sailing the high seas out here with Azure lane. Climax phase, swings with the Bell South. Swing for 3, it gets canceled, but the effect happens, blasting the Lightning McQueen with a torpedo back to the top of the deck. Level 3 combo, aircraft carrier pops off, pays the cost, allowing him to trigger twice, and for each character he triggers, he burns 3 damage. Triggers 1 character, that's nice. Triggers a Climax, not exactly what he wanted, but at least he can salvage another Climax card for later, I guess. 3 damage to the face, 1, 2, 3, it's good, bombs away. Mayday Parade. Now, Lunchbox is side attacking here, which is very interesting to note because he has a giant fuck off aircraft carrier that could easily squash this tiny level 1 horse. But Lunchbox decides to side attack, and he doesn't specifically say why in the video, but I'm guessing it's either for one of 2 reasons. Either 1, he's scared of a backup effect, or 2, he wants to actually deal less damage for it to have a higher chance of not getting canceled. I've noticed that I personally almost never side attack, and I feel like I should side attack more even when it's not so obvious. Because with the side attack, you essentially skip your opponent's counter steps, so they can't play any counter or backup cards if you side attack. They just can't. It's a strategy I haven't never thought to use, and I probably would have never ever thought to use had I not seen this gameplay. Very cool. Thanks, Lunchbox. Thank you. Now, Lunchbox has 1 more character to attack, and including the Climax card, it only has 3 soul. So Lunchbox is gonna need a soul trigger to happen right now if he wants any shot of winning this game. Swings with the level 3 Laffy 2. It's a soul trigger. 1, 2, 3, no way. Oh no. And just like that, Lunchbox destroys Hand Trap with that clutch soul trigger. That is crazy. Winning with the pay 3 encore, no less. The boats crush the horses. Are you not entertained? Is this not the goofiest freaking card game ever? And I love it. He just sailed harder. I guess the horses were too slow. They should go back to the track and try running. I'm one to talk. I never exercise, guys. Do I look like a person who exercises? Insane match. Both Hand Trap and Lunchbox, they should be incredibly proud of the performance they gave. Super, super fun match. If you haven't seen the original video, definitely go check out his gameplay. It's super, super fun to watch in real time. Thank you guys so much for checking out the content. It really does mean the world to me. Thank you.
Looking hungry for some drama. Here, let me serve you bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna.